This is your news update. In world news, a North Korean hacking group is suspected of orchestrating one of the largest cryptocurrency heists in history, stealing over $1.4 billion. The cryptocurrency exchange Bybit confirmed that it was hit by a sophisticated cyber attack in which hackers manipulated security systems to divert funds into their own digital wallets. Investigators have linked the attack to North Korea's Lazarus Group, a notorious cybercriminal organization known for targeting financial institutions to fund the country's military and nuclear programs. This follows a series of similar attacks, including the 2022 Ronin network breach, where over $600 million was stolen. In breaking news, President Donald Trump has officially removed General Charles Q. Brown Jr. from his role as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The chairman is the highest-ranking military officer in the United States and serves as the principal advisor to the president on military matters. Trump expressed gratitude for Brown's service, but has nominated Air Force Lieutenant General Dan Razin Kane as his replacement. Trump highlighted Kane's expertise in national security and special operations, while also taking the opportunity to criticize the previous administration for overlooking Kane for promotion. The decision follows comments from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who previously suggested Brown should be replaced due to his focus on diversity initiatives within the military. Meanwhile, at the Conservative Political Action Conference, Elon Musk confirmed that the Trump administration is considering using 20% of savings from the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, to provide rebates that could amount to $5,000 per household. The proposal aims to return taxpayer money while also allocating another 20% of DOGE savings toward reducing national debt. However, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has downplayed the idea, suggesting that debt reduction should be the primary focus. Economists remain divided, with some warning that such a rebate could contribute to inflation. During a press briefing aboard Air Force One, President Trump announced plans to verify the U.S. gold reserves at Fort Knox. He stated that his administration will conduct a review to confirm that the gold is intact, emphasizing that if any discrepancies are found, there will be consequences. Fort Knox, a heavily secured U.S. Army installation, houses a significant portion of the nation's gold reserves, estimated at over $400 billion. In response, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent assured the public that regular audits are already conducted and that all gold is accounted for. In world news, tensions continue to rise in the South China Sea. The United States has condemned China for a recent incident in which a Chinese Navy helicopter flew dangerously close to a Philippine surveillance aircraft near the disputed Scarborough Shoal. U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines, Mary Kay Carlson, criticized the maneuver as reckless and called for peaceful resolutions in accordance with international law. The South China Sea has long been a flashpoint between China and the Philippines, with China asserting claims over vast portions of the waterway despite a 2016 ruling rejecting its territorial claims. The Philippine government has labeled China's actions as unprofessional and announced plans to file a formal diplomatic protest. Turning to geopolitics, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz addressed growing criticism over the administration's negotiations with Russia regarding an end to the war in Ukraine talks that notably exclude Ukraine itself. Waltz was also pressed on a rejected U.S. rare earth mineral deal, which Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declined due to a lack of security assurances from the U.S. In domestic policy, President Trump has officially designated 8 Latin American criminal organizations as global terrorist groups under an executive order signed last month. The designation applies to groups such as MS-13, the Sinaloa Cartel, and the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. The classification expands law enforcement capabilities, allowing for financial sanctions, increased intelligence sharing, and potential military action against these organizations. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that the move is aimed at protecting Americans and curbing cartel violence. In response, Mexican President Sheinbaum warned that the designation should not be used as justification for U.S. intervention in Mexico, stating that any violation of Mexican sovereignty would not be tolerated. And finally, some members of Elon Musk's private security team have been deputized by the U.S. Marshals Service. This rare move grants them limited federal law enforcement authority, including the right to carry firearms on federal property and make arrests under certain circumstances. The decision follows a rise in threats against Musk, stemming from his increasing involvement with federal government operations. However, this deputization also raises legal questions, as the U.S. That's all for tonight's news update. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue to monitor these stories and bring you the latest developments. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a good night. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.